Callum Elder. Alongside me, as always, is Jim Bialik. As we're getting ready to start this first inning, it'll be Sarah Bandy leading off for the St. Clair Saints. It'll be Bandy, then Mackenzie Noah hitting second, Skylar Pattison batting third, Megan Lumley batting fourth, Lex Georgiou fifth, Ali Telford, Jameson, Pierce, Rylet, and Sloan lead it off as that pitch is looked at for a ball.
Bondi led off last game, Callum, with a bomb. Center field, little wind aided, but still a bomb nonetheless.
And the pitch from the pitcher, Rachel Matheson Green, misses outside, and she's looking for a better start to this game than the last. Pitch on its way, and a strike called by the home plate umpire.
Green in her Matheson Green in her freshman season has had a pretty good season so far. Certainly, this level of ball has not taken her out of her comfort zone.
And a ground ball hit right back at the pitcher. Easy throw to first, and there's one down here in the top of the first.
Love it, Cal. Love it when a pitcher can play defense.
Yeah, it just helps your team so much more, and gives the your infielders behind you a little bit more confidence that you can field those balls that they might not be able to get to.
They say strength up the middle is everything. Certainly, if you can defend, that increases that strength.
Mackenzie Noah swings at the first pitch but fouls it back 1-0, or excuse me, 0-1 now. And it's a interesting delivery that Matheson Green has. Maybe might take the St. Clair Saints a couple innings to get adjusted to.
Very deliberate.
And that ball is lined into left field. She goes the opposite field for a base hit as Gregoris plays that back into the infield. So 1 on and 1 out for the ever-dangerous Skylar Pattison. We saw her offensive prowess in the first game for sure.
Skylar certainly has the ability to hit the ball, but like the Humber pitchers in that first game, kind of took themselves out. They had opportunity. A key point of the game was second and third with a base open, but they went in their wheelhouse and she drilled one off the fence that opened the gate we're going to give it a bunch of runs.
Yeah, the first pitch misses outside, ball 1. Another interesting stat as that pitch misses outside and the count goes to 2-0. That St. Clair scored 14 runs in the last 3 innings as they took that first game 15-3.
Certainly Miranda Pearson held them down after that first leadoff home run.
And that ball grounded to
play.
third, over to second, back to first, and that throw is low, so they get the force out at second, but Pattison is able to reach on a fielder's choice.
Next, number 6.
Terrific play by the third sacker there, Bonnie Gillingham. Tough play, picks it clean. Again, you got to get that first out, that first base runner, so they did, and keep Pattison out of scoring position.
First pitch looked at for a ball by the Megan Lumley. She's in left field.
And Lumley hit a bomb last game, which was undeniable, the hardest ball hit in the entire day. We had 3 home runs, but her home run was one of those ones where Aaliyah Davidson just took one step, turned, and just watched it.
It was a no-doubter for sure, as that pitch misses outside. So an opportunity here for Lumley with a runner on, 2 out here in the top of the first. Pitch on its way, ground ball played by the shortstop. Go, throw to first, and not in time. She's safe. Well, it was a great play by the shortstop, Caitlin Pittick, but just couldn't get that throw over in time.
13, Alexa Giorgio.
Yeah, I agree. That was a stellar pick by Caitlin at short, and just credit the base runner for getting down the first baseline quick. Here's a key point early in the game. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs.
First pitch is a strike as Green delivers. Ground ball. She'll get a shot at redemption. Pittick at short, and she makes no mistake as she throws on to first and Redrup, and the first half of the first inning is over. After a half an inning played, no score between the Humber Hawks and the St. Clair Saints.
off for the Hawks is number 12, Aaliyah Davidson.
So it'll be Aaliyah Davidson leading off here for the Humber Hawks, as there's a little conference in between the infielders of the St. Clair Saints just before they get this inning underway.
You know, there's certain things that superstitions, that things that athletes do, and certainly softball isn't foreign to them. So all the athletes get together, they touch the ball and give it to the pitcher.
Great tradition. Here is the first pitch in there for a strike, and Georgiou is ahead 0-1 now.
Again, we have a blustery game here going on.
The second pitch fouled back, counting even at 1. Yeah, as you said, the wind picks up and then it goes away for about 2 minutes, and then there'll be a couple of heavy gusts. But the wind definitely played a factor in that first game. A lot of balls dropping, slicing because of that wind. And the pitch in the dirt.
And a couple balls carrying outside, a couple fly balls turning into home runs with that wind there as well.
Yes, that too. Again, this is Humber's first game at their new home park, Concord Regional Park. Moved from Wildwood due to permit issues. As that ball is chopped to the shortstop and throw on to first in time to get the speedy Davidson.
Next up is number 4, Megan Murphy.
Davidson almost legged that one out, just thrown out by a half step by the smooth and slick fielding shortstop of the St. Clair Saints.
So it's the 2-hitter now, Megan Murphy. She looks at a ball outside at the first pitch of this at bat.
Coach Bowles has changed the lineup, moving Murphy from the 6th spot up to the 2 spot for this game.
And the second pitch, again, fouled back and above the screen.
Humber seeing a little bit different pitcher on the mound for the Saints here, and Georgiou, she throws a little harder than we saw in the first Saints pitcher.
The 1-1 offering low and away. Yeah. And the 1-2 fouled back as Murphy's able to stay alive here against Georgiou. So we'll try it again as they'll get more balls. The umpire asking for more balls. A lot of fouls so far in this game, so I can see the need. And again, another foul ball. This one over the screen again and off the bleachers to the left of us. Yep. We'll try it again, and that pitch hits Murphy, and she'll take her base and walk down to first. So a free pass for the Hawks, and the first hit batter of the day.
Next Hawks batter will be number 17, Hillary Redrup.
So it's Hillary Redrup stepping up for the Humber Hawks now with a runner on and just 1 out. First pitch from Georgiou called a strike by home plate umpire. That was the 9th hit by pitch for the Hawks this season, as Redrup swings and misses at that. They're second in the OCAA when it comes to that. The pitch fouled back as Redrup has 2 strikes on her now.
Megan Murphy, I don't know if you saw that. When she was hit, dropped the bat, that's what the coaches say when you get it.
Yeah. The 2-strike pitch on its way from Georgiou as Redrup is able to lay off that one. No swing there.
You know what? That's a good pitch by Georgiou.
And swing and a miss. Got him. Down on strikes goes Redrup. And there's now 2 down here for the Saints in the bottom of the first.
Next up, number 8, Elisa Gregoris.
Yeah, an excellent pitch. Had a lot of movement. It was going away from the hitter and able to get the swing there. That ball misses outside to 1-0. To the 4-hitter, Elisa Gregoris. 1-0 pitch, and that's called for a strike as no swing there from Gregoris. She might have thought it was a ball. 1-1 pitch, swing on, and booted by the first baseman Pattison, but she'll go recover in time and get the out. So no harm done. The Hawks leave 1, and after 1, there's no score here at Concord Regional Park.
Oh.
Leading off for the Saints in the top of the second is number 17, Allison Telfer.
So, as we mentioned in the last broadcast, the OCAA Women's Softball Pitcher of the Year, Allison Telford, leads it off for the St. Clair Saints as she looks at the first pitch for a ball.
We have an update for men's baseball. The Humber Hawks dropped game 1 at Durham, 7-6, so a tight loss for the Humber Hawks. They're going into game 2.
1-0 pitch swinging, but that's foul down the right field line and out of play.
And they'll get one more update. The Humber Hawks men's soccer team, the number 1 ranked team in the country and defending national champions, have gone up 1-0 in their match at Sheridan.
Yeah, the 1-1 pitch lined to the over the shortstop's head. Piddick not able to make a play on that. So a leadoff hit for Telfer here in the top of the second.
Unfortunately, Callum, for the Hawks, the Saints have been getting the leadoff hitter on base almost every innings. They've been very successful, but they haven't bunted them across. But as they roll down to the bottom of the lineup, I wouldn't be surprised if they do put the bunt on here.
And the first pitch, interesting you say that. I have a strong belief in the first batter reaching is a key part of getting a good inning put together. And if you could string that a couple of hits, it's so important if you get that first batter to reach as that ball misses outside. And the wind really picking up now, big gusts.
She's not showing bunt over the first 2 pitches here. But yeah, when they're on base at the bat, you want to make a positive appearance, whether that's an out.
And that ball's chopped up through the middle, and the second baseman Murphy can't make a play on it. So nobody out, and 2 on here for the Saints.
Next up for St. Clair will be
Line drive just out
Pierce.
past Matheson Green, and 1 hopper center field. Murphy gets a glove on, but unable to get the ball to Piddick at shortstop for the out. So again, first and second, nobody out.
Jenna Pierce digs in here. She's the third batter of the inning. Still nobody out for the St. Clair Saints as she She looks at the first pitch for a strike.
Still not showing bunt here. First and second, nobody out.
Yeah, it is a bunt situation. It'll be interesting to see. She's been taking a long time looking down at her signs down at her third base coach. So we'll see if anything happens. And showing bunt as she pulls it back as that ball is inside. Third baseman Gillingham got down the line very fast and was anticipating it.
This situation involves a lot of communication. Now, who's playing the ball, who's covering a base, where the ball goes. So,
and that ball's chopped to short, play to third, and they'll only be able to get one. They get the force out at third, and they get the
lead runner.
Yes, the lead runner here.
Nice play by Patek. Potentially a double play, but if you don't turn a double play, you got a runner just 60 feet away. So credit Patek with a heads-up play there.
And it'll be the shortstop Rylett now batting for the Saints, as she swings at the first pitch and lines it over the shortstop's head. And stopping at third is, I believe it's Jess Jameson.
Number 5, Sarah Bonnie.
So bases loaded now for the top, and it's back to the top of the order for Bondi.
St. Clair coach, head coach Doug Wiseman, seeing that the ball was hit shallow, and Davidson, who has a rocket from her, holds up the runner.
And the first pitch taken for a strike by Bondi.
Mathis and Green looking for something that can be on the ground. They can bring it to the plate, or something popped up on the infield.
0-1 pitch on its way and swung on and up the middle, a base hit. One run is in to score, and the center fielder Davidson boots it. Another run will come in, and another as well. So another bad defensive play by the Humber Hawks that this time cost them 3 runs. A bases clearing double for the leadoff hitter Bondi.
We're going to credit the Bondi with a single, advancing the second on the error. Again, Aaliyah Davidson way out of her normal play with another error here.
And that ball's lined into left, and that ball is gone. A home run. And St. Clair putting it on early here. A 2-run home run for Mackenzie Noah, and the St. Clair Saints lead it 5-0.
Coach Bowles coming out to have a talk with his pitcher. Again, it's the same thing we talked about late in the game. The Hawks seem to hang their heads after that error in center field, and maybe losing their focus for a batter.
And we talked about it in the wrap-up about having that short memory, and obviously not what you wanted to start the game off here, coupled with that big loss that they just suffered half an hour ago.
And if you really want to have some fun with this, Aaliyah Davidson doesn't make that error, that would have been a grand slam.
Yep, exactly.
That would have been bases loaded with her up and hitting that. It was a no-doubter.
Yeah.
I think we both looked and kind of looked at each other, and that wasn't coming back.
Yep, so Bowles delivers his message. Graduate assistant Jamie Vieira also talking to the home plate umpire. Not sure what that's about, but
I haven't seen any questionable calls behind the plate at any point.
Yeah, no, these umpires have done a very good job. I can't fault them for anything. They've gotten basically every call right today. As it will be Skylar Pattison.
Doesn't get easier.
Again. Matheson Green looking in as she delivers that pitch, and that ball is up for ball 1.
Not where you want to be in game 2 after a clean first, giving up 5. Is there anybody out?
And that ball gets by the shortstop Piddick, and the St. Clair Saints continue to string runs together here.
We just got clarification. We do not have a scoreboard, folks, so there is one out. And St. Clair, the hit parade just continues. Put up 17 hits in that first game. And they've already got 8 here, and we are in the second inning.
And that ball is grounded to short. Piddick goes to second, and to first, not in time. So, again, getting the force out, but not being able to get that crucial double play that they really need to get out of this inning and get out on offense.
Next is number 13, Alexa Giorgio.
So it'll be the pitcher, Lex Georgiou, stepping in for St. Clair as Matheson Green delivers a ball that's up and away, 1-0 to count.
St. Clair Saints got swept in Oshawa by Durham yesterday. Has certainly come back with a vengeance here.
Ground ball to Gillingham, easy play, throw to first, and the inning is over. So Humber Hawks trying to get something back. St. Clair Saints lead it 5-0 after an inning and a half.
Major Laser.
24.
First up will be number 20, Tara Camilleri.
So the catcher, Tara Camilleri, leads it off for the Hawks here, looking for a bounce-back inning after that horrendous top half of the second, where we saw the St. Clair Saints score 5 runs and got a home run as well. So definitely looking to stop this bleeding and get right back into this game.
The Hawks have the capability of doing that. They've got a potent lineup here, but they are facing one of the best in the business in Georgiou.
Giorgio deals outside, ball 1.
Again, base runners, base runners, base runners. They need to put runners on base in motion to get the St. Clair Saints moving on defense.
That pitch called a strike by home plate umpire. Now 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, ground ball. Shortstop can't come up with it, and that will allow the catcher.
Credit Camilleri with a base hit. Shortstop for St. Clair made a valiant effort, but the ball was really too far up the middle for her to come up clean.
So it's Yushin stepping up with a woman on and nobody out. The first pitch swinging and fouled back up against the screen. And Georgiou missing with that, looking to come back with one. And that's a fly ball, playable for the second baseman, Bondi, as she makes the catch as there's one down, and the runner will hold at first.
Next hawk up to plate, number 2, Bonnie Gillingham.
As Bonnie Gillingham steps up to the plate here with a runner on and one out, looking to advance that runner somehow.
As we talked about earlier in that other game there, is have a positive at bat, and that time certainly wasn't a positive at bat for Yushin.
Gillingham swinging and missing on that first pitch. The count goes to 0-1.
Coach Bowles drops Gillingham from the number 2 slot down in the lineup for game 2.
And the pitch outside for a ball. So Georgiou not running into any trouble so far. Been cruising along here through an inning and a bit. As that ball is called a strike. Throw back to first as Camilleri gets back in time. But it was closer than it should have been for sure.
You certainly don't want to take base runners out of play here when you're down 5-0.
Georgiou rocks, and the pitch is fouled back right behind us. So again, she's getting on top of the ball and in front of it, but just not being able to connect, send it the other way. So we'll try it again. St. Clair looking for that double play with a runner on, and that ball's lined into right field, a base hit. And Gillingham will stop at first, and so will Camilleri at second.
Number 3, Caitlin.
And the Hawks have something going here in the bottom half of the second. One out and 2 on for Kaylin Piddick.
Hate to call this, but it is what it is. It's a key point of the game early. Cal down 5-0.
The first pitch, and that's called a strike. And that was interesting. We just saw the second baseman and shortstop just shift over once that pitch was delivered. So maybe protecting against the bunt here. And that pitch hits her, and that'll load the bases for the Humber Hawks. So a golden opportunity here early to get some of those runs back that were scored on them in the top half of this inning.
Georgia's hit 2 batters already in the first 2 innings.
Yeah.
A right-hander and a left-hander. So certainly she's went inside and the lefty and hit her, went inside and the righty and hit her.
Yeah.
So she's pitching, but obviously off the plate a little bit.
Yeah, looking to hone in on that strike zone. The first pitch swing and a miss. 0-1 now to Sarah Franchetto.
A couple runs here would change the entire complexion of this game.
Franchetto, first-year outfielder, hitting .379 as she looks at strike 2, so the count quickly 0-2. She's been a good contributor for this team in her first year as a Humber Hawk.
Hawks ready to roll the lineup over to the top of the order with Aaliyah Davidson on deck.
The 0-2 pitch from Georgiou is fouled back, so Franchetto able to stay alive here and work the count.
Terrific job by Franchetto. She's looking to slash someone to the, like she's done all game, to the right side. Will certainly score a couple if she hits green.
And that ball called a ball, but much to the chagrin of the St. Clair bench, as you may be able to hear them giving it to the home plate umpire.
A break for Franchetto here. Let's see if she can take advantage of it.
And the 1-2 pitch is gonna drop, and 1 run is in, and all hands are safe.
Yeah.
So the Humber Hawks able to get 1 back here, and just still 1 out here.
That was interesting because potentially an infield fly,
Yes.
but an infield fly has to be playable
Yes.
or catchable by an infielder with normal effort. That one almost hit second base on the fly. Second baseman unable to come up with a clean and get an out. Terrific at bat for Franchetto. 0-2, base hit. Base is still loaded. Hawks score a run, turn it over to the top of the order.
And if you're St. Clair, that call that was made by the home plate umpire stinging a little bit more now that resulted in a run and the base is loaded still for the Hawks. As St. Clair having a conference on the mound here.
I think Coach Wiseman's going out there and just say, you know what? I thought that pitch looked pretty good to me. Just go out and we have a big lead. What Georgians want to do is just get an out here.
Yep.
She gives up a run, but gets a ground ball out or an out here. It's going to be success because there'll be one pitch away from getting out of the whole jam.
So Humber able to turn it over to the top of their lineup in just the second inning as Aaliyah Davidson looks at ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed by Davidson, and the count even.
It looked like Leah was looking for one pitch in one spot and kind of got fooled, Callum.
Mm-hmm.
Good eye.
Aaliyah, as we said, leads this team in runs scored for the Hawks, so she'll be looking to get on base here and add to that run total. Pitch on its way from Georgiou, misses outside.
One pitch away from forcing a run, and the Hawks are rolling over the lineup. Remember, Hillary Red hit a home run in the 6th inning last game.
The 3-1 pitch misses outside, ball 4. A walk to score a run, and she'll take that RBI any day.
Let's go back to Franchetto there. She was a key player in that role. Down 0-2. Singles up the middle, and now it's 2 runs scored. Threat of Megan Murphy at the plate.
So St. Clair still unable to get an out here as Megan Murphy steps in and lines the First pitch she sees, up, and it's up against the wall. She's around first. 1 run is in, and 2 runs have scored now as Davidson will advance to third, and the Humber Hawks are right back in this game. What a great bounce back inning for them.
Murphy drives the ball, but a little communication error on behalf of the Saints there. Ball got into the infield to the second baseman Bondi, with the Humber runner only at third base based on the runners making sure the ball cleared the right fielder. So Bondi, if she was told, would have thrown the Humber runner out by about 5 or 10 feet at home plate. Humber runner just strolls home, first and third, tying run at third.
So the fourth year Hillary Redrup will now step up to bat. Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
5-4.
Yep. And Redrup ready, and that ball is inside and a strike as Dwayne Bowles will have a word with Hillary.
You know, I took a look at that. I don't know if that was a little animated there, but that ball didn't look that much off the plate. Looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Hillary crowds the plate, obviously looking to cover the outside of the plate. So we're not going to discredit the umpire on that call whatsoever.
Yes, and it certainly helps her with that crowding at the plate. Leads the team in walks with 17. As pitch delivered from Georgiou, as she's called out. Strike 3 called by home plate umpire, and Redrup showing some frustration on her way back to the dugout.
You have to learn.
8, Eliza
The umpire
Gregoris.
gave that strike 2 call, and she went right the exact same spot. So,
and obviously umpires can't be perfect, but the only thing you can hope for them to be is consistent. If
that
they're
was
calling
the exact same
thing,
spot. Exact same spot, Cal. We're right on the same page.
As
that's the same spot right there.
First pitch to Gregoris is called for a strike. So 2 outs and 2 on, runners on the corners for Gregoris.
Gregoris ripped a single her first at bat.
And that ball is lined right at the second baseman, Bondi, and the inning is finally over.
Terrific comeback by the Hawks, scoring 4 runs, but with first and third, with only a single out, you'd that leaving that runner on third base with less than 2 out really does hurt. Any ball in play potentially ties the game.
Yes, and it is a 1-run game now. The St. Clair Saints only have a 1-run lead, 5-4 here at Concord.
My AI just changed.
A lot of times you can't see the pitch
It
coming,
just
though.
was
It's
the
kinda
front gate. I thank God you came. How many more days
weird. It
could
looks
I
weird if
wait?
it's coming or batter's standing.
Make
You have
plans
no
with
idea when
you,
the pitch is coming. So
and I
it's
won't
gonna
let them fall
watch
through. I think I lie for
Both
you.
of them.
I think I die for
From my angle,
you. Jordan,
from my angle,
cry
it didn't
for
look bad at all.
you. Do things when you want me to, like controller. Yeah, like controller. Yeah. Okay, you like it when I get aggressive. Tell you to go slow.
Leading off for St. Clair will be number 17, Ali Telfer.
So the same player that led off the last inning for the Saints will lead off the third as well. It'll be Ali Telfer to start, with Jess Jameson waiting on deck and Jenna Pierce in the hole.
While they move into the position, we do have an update. The Humber Hawks men's soccer team, again, defending national champs and ranked number 1 in the country, extend their lead at halftime. Now it's 2-0 over Sheridan at Sheridan College.
Well, hopefully they can pull out that win against their rival, as the first pitch is called strike to Telfer.
In the men's soccer, Humber's already clinched the division championship, moving into the playoffs.
The 0-1 pitch misses outside, and the count goes even.
Green's been given, Mathis and Green been given new life here. Let's see if she can take advantage of it.
And that ball's foul down the first base line. And now the count at 1-2.
I thought that was a terrific play by Mathis Green. Let's see, at 1-2, she has the opportunity here to waste a pitch to set up the next pitch, kind of like what Georgiou did in the first inning. Let's see where Mathis and Green goes with this pitch, Callum.
She looks in, 1-2 pitch, swinging, and hit up the middle for a base hit. Center fielder Davidson will play it, and the first batter, again, as you were talking about, reaches here in the top of the third.
You just can't keep messing with that, allowing the first base runner to get on base. The Saints have been stroking the ball so well. They haven't gone the small ball, but obviously put them in a position to bunt the player over and get someone in scoring position right away. But that hasn't been the St. Clair's attack today.
So the catcher Camilleri will go talk to her pitcher Matheson Green. Also getting some words of advice is the batter as she swings on the first pitch.
Again, no attempt to bunt.
Jess Jameson getting an extended look at third base coach and manager Doug Wiseman down there at third, so bunt may be on here.
He certainly went through a number of signs there, so maybe he's changed something up.
And showing bunt, but pulls it back for a ball.
Long look at the third base coach there by the batter.
Pitch on its way, ground ball, playable by short, and it takes a weird bounce over the shortstop Piddick and goes into left field for a base hit. A very odd ball. Looked like she had it, but took a weird bounce right at the end. And
I'm not sure if the pitcher actually got a glove on that and changed the direction. But here we go again, first and second, nobody out.
So it's Jenna Pierce stepping in for the Saints now.
Wiseman showing a lot of faith in his hitters by not going to the bunt and potentially giving up an out.
Pierce just a 179 average on the year, 238 on base, as she skies that one into center field as Davidson comes on and makes the catch.
That'll certainly boost Aaliyah's confidence there. She has struggled over the last couple innings, but great jump, great angle, tracks the ball.
So it's the 9-hitter, Michaela Rylett, looking to move these runners over and potentially score them as well. St. Clair holds a 5-4 lead, and they won the first game 15-3 as Rylett looks at the first pitch, ball one. And the wind again picking up here at Concord Park in Vaughan.
Certainly is coming through our headsets here.
The pitch looked good, but
beyond that, Calvin, we're talking middle of October. We got a beautiful sunshiny day here, probably about 17 degrees, maybe a little cooler with the wind, but you couldn't have better conditions this late in the fall.
And that ball's grounded. Third baseman Gillingham goes to second, over to first, not in time, but get the force out at second. And there's 2 down now for the Hawks.
Good turn by Murphy there. Obviously a slow ground ball, but great pick by Gillingham at third.
Batting next is number 5.
Here we go, top of the order, and the ever-present, ever-dangerous Bonnie at the dish.
And tough, too. We saw her not come out of the game in the first game of this doubleheader, and next inning proceeded to hit a home run as that ball skied. Playable for Davidson, and she drops it. It goes out, and it's a home run off the glove of Davidson, and a home run for Bondi at St. Clair, pulling back out in front with a big lead.
It was in her glove. I think, again, got a little shook on near the fence, near the warning track there, in her glove, and actually the ball out of her glove over the fence. So we're not even sure if it was going to be over the fence.
And a tough play. That'll do it for Rachel Matheson Green. She's out. And a pitching change by Dwayne Bowles. It'll be Amanda DeGraff, who we saw at the end of last game, come in now for the Humber Hawks. And obviously not the ideal situation that you wanted for Matheson Green. We'll take a break here as Van de Graaf gets warmed up. It's 8-4 St. Clair after that home run.
Now batting St. Clair, number 2, Mackenzie Noah.
So it's Mackenzie Noah stepping in here with 2 outs, nobody on after that home run, as Van de Graaf delivers her first pitch outside. And we saw her in the warm-up. She had a couple pitches that went to the backstop, so that'll be something to note about her control. Let's see if she can get it over the plate and get this out for the Hawks, as that pitch is called for a strike.
That's another home run for the Saints.
Yeah.
They certainly have got their power stroke on.
1-1. Van de Graaf deals, and that's down 2-1. Van de Graaf rocks, and it's grounded third base side, but foul, as Gillingham it had a chance to stay fair, but just couldn't. So 2-2 now, nobody on, top of the third, and that ball misses outside by a lot, and it's a full count now. Van de Graaf looks in, is ready, and that ball's skied. Playable for the shortstop Pittick, and she's under it, makes the catch, and the inning is over.
Nice recovery for Van de Graaf coming in and getting the out.
And we'll go to the bottom half of the third. St. Clair leading the Humber Hawks 8-4.
I think a lot of this is the first time they're playing here. I think a lot of it's for the outfielders. It's because they're not used to the fence, right? They don't know where it is. That's why they're not a home runs rating today. You can tell. It's like 250 to center.
Leading off for the Hawks will be number 20, Tara Camilleri.
The catcher, Tara Camilleri, leads it off for the Humber Hawks here in the bottom of the third. Score 8-4 in favor of St. Clair.
Hawks had a promising inning last inning with bases loaded, with first and third with 1 out after scoring 4 runs, unable to push and run across. And Bondi with her second home run of the day. This one aided by the Hawks center fielder Aaliyah Davidson there at the fence, in the glove, out of the glove, dropping for a 3-run home run.
So the count 1-0 quickly to the catcher, Camilleri. That pitch is called a strike.
Saints currently out hitting the Hawks 11-4. So St. Clair was 17 in the first game, 11 after 3 innings. So in 10 innings, St. Clair has had 28 hits.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. As that ball misses, 2-1 now.
And via the home run, St. Clair's only left 3 on base and already scored 8 runs.
The pitch outside. Oh, it is called a strike though.
Late call by the umpire there.
And
certainly, Georgie's been on this side of the plate and getting the calls from the umpire all day long.
The 2-2 pitch on its way outside. 3-2, a full count now for the catcher Camilleri.
She figures she might as well live out there. She's going to get those calls.
Georgiou deals outside, and that'll be ball 4. So a leadoff walk here for the Humber Hawks to start the bottom of the third.
The Saints have been lighting it up with leadoff base runners getting on, or leadoff hitters getting on base, and Humber answers right way. Good start for the Hawks here in the bottom of the third.
So it's Jacqueline Uchin stepping on with nobody out and 1 on. The first pitch from Georgiou called a strike, and the count at 0-1.
The Hawks look like they may have to adjust their where they are in the batter's box here, because the umpire is certainly giving the inside of the pitch plate to the.
And the ball gets away from the catcher, Noah, and that'll allow her catching counterpart on the Hawks, Camilleri, to advance to second.
Hawks in scoring position. Biggest thing about giving up a 3-run home run or a crooked number is to come right back and give it back to them. So they're in position now.
The pitch lined into left field. That looks like it's going to drop, and it's going to get in between the shortstop and left fielder. Stopping at third is Camilleri, and Uchin on with a base hit.
Next batter is number 2, Bonnie Gillingham.
It's the third baseman, Bonnie Gillingham, stepping up to bat now for the Hawks, looking to cash in that runner at third. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third.
Gillingham, the Hawks' all-time leading hitter, can certainly use one here.
And that ball misses down low, 1-0 to Gillingham as she looks for an extended time down at third base and Dwayne Bowles. So a bunt may be in order here. Not bunting. And that ball's outside. So still looking at Bowles. The wind. And missing inside this time. And Gillingham looking for something that she can hit here. The pitch, and that is called for a strike. Gillingham didn't think so, but the only opinion that matters is that of the home plate umpire. So
I think the Hawks have to find some. I think they've got to let that slide.
And that's a ground ball at third. Looks a runner back, and Gillingham is retired and cannot score, but advances the runner to second.
Number 3, Caitlin Patek.
Uchin goes to second as Patek will step in here for the Hawks.
The Hawks outwardly showing frustration here, and from where we're sitting, I don't think it's warranted at this point.
Patek hitting at a 255 clip in her fourth year as she fouls that ball right back towards us. Hits the screen 0-1.
Second and third here, Hawks base hit can get right back in this game.
And that ball is fouled out of play. The first baseman, Pattison, had no chance at it. She runs over anyway, but I think that's more indicative of her character more than anything. A great competitor and one of the best women players here in this OCAA. The pitch from Georgiou is outside.
Georgiou goes outside with this pitch. If I was Patek, I'd be looking at that inside pitch. She's been living there all day.
The pitch, and that ball's skied. The wind might play a factor, but it does not in the end. The shortstop Rylett coming over third base side to get the out. 2 down here.
And next up is
In the
number
third.
9, Sarah.
Hawks with
Franchotto.
runners on first and third right off the bat here in this inning. Unable to push a run across with ground out and an infield pop out. So certainly could be a turning point in the Saints' favor here in this game.
And the pitch to Franchotto, swinging and missing for strike 1.
Franchotto's been a driving force in the Hawks again today, as she had been all year. So if anybody can drive a ball through the infield, it is Sarah.
And this pitch swung on again and missed. Also made a couple of good defensive plays in the first game as well, not adding to the her offense as well.
Pretty consistent player for the Hawks this season.
.379 hitter with a .410 on base. Those are not bad numbers, especially for a first-year player too.
This umpire's setting up inside, and St. Clair's getting the inside calls, but not the outside calls.
And that ball is skied
It's tough
in between
play.
short and left, but the left fielder, Lumley, coming on, makes the catch, and the Hawks are retired. They strand 2 runners on the corners, and at the end of 3, it's the St. Clair Saints 8, the Humber Hawks 4.
Leading off for the Saints is going number 1, Skylar Pattison.
So Skylar Pattison leads off the top of the 4th inning for the Saints, 8-4 here at Concord Park.
I think I'm trying to jog my memory here, Colin, but I think she's only made an out once this game, and it was on a fielder's choice.
Yep, she's been a driving force of this St. Clair Saints offense for the last 3 or 4 years now, as she looks at the first pitch outside, ball 1 by Van de Graaf.
Hawks having to go deep into their pitching staff. Again, they went through 3 pitchers in the first game, and then number 2 here early in the second.
The pitch outside, 2-0 now. And we saw Brianna Donaldson warming up, getting loose the inning before. She stopped throwing, but that was interesting to see. We might see her again this game. Ground ball up second baseman, and in time
Terrific
to get
play.
the runner.
Put a star next to that one.
And next up will be number 6, Megan Lumley.
Yeah, a great play by Megan Murphy to record that first out and get that first out rather than having those base runners that have plagued the Hawks so much this afternoon.
Here's a tidbit for you, Colin. Megan Murphy, her brother Keegan, is the leading hitter on the men's team. So the Murphy family certainly makes an impact on this on the Humber Hawks this season as they did last year.
The 1-0 pitch from Van de Graaf is outside, and a little bit of control issues so far here for Van de Graaf. And Van de Graaf again, ball 3. So 3-0 count now, and she'll look to get one in there now. Van de Graaf rocks and deals, and that ball skied, 3-0 swinging. Right fielder coming in, Franchetto, and
Nope.
She does not make the catch. Drops right in front of her. She looked like she had it. She had a beat on it.
Now number 13,
and
Alexa
unable to come up
Giorgio.
with it. And there's a runner at first with 1 out for Alexa Giorgio.
Good effort by Franchetto. Actually, even a better effort, not letting that ball skip past her. But again, the wind has died down a bit, but still playing a little havoc out there.
First pitch from Van de Graaf is down, and it's 1-0 now.
Van de Graaf has got a lot of outs here, but she certainly would like to get ahead in the count.
The 1-0 pitch deals and popped up on the infield, playable, and the catcher makes the play. A great running catch. Redrup and Camilleri both coming in, catcher calling her off, and a great play to get that second out.
She just jetted out from behind the
Next up,
plate. This
number
is unusual.
17, Allison
The norm
Alford.
has been Camilleri playing game 1 and then sitting game 2. Catchers, it's a lot of wear and tear, but she played game 1 and is right behind the dish for game 2.
Ali Telford steps into the left-handed side or left-hand batter's box.
Telford's
batting
2 for 2.
right-handed.
2 for 2 today, and she came in and closed out in game 1 as well for the Saints.
Yep, a huge part of this team, along with Skylar Pattison. Pitch from Van de Graaf. A strike. Swinging at that is Telfer, but I think she wants that one back.
Sure fooled her on that one.
The pitch on its way. That is blocked in the dirt. Not going at first is Lumley.
Nice play by Camilleri behind the plate to knock that one, keep the runner
That's
at
two
first base.
great defensive plays we've seen from Camilleri so far this inning. As that pitch is a strike. So it's 2 strikes now on Telfer.
Looks like Vandegraff is settling in. Callum, looks like
Yep.
she's finding that part of the strike zone, which is good for her.
Yeah,
Tough on the hitters.
the pitch outside, the runner going, and the throw is in time, but cannot get the tag on as the ball squirts away. So it'll be a stolen base credited to Megan Lumley.
That's the first stolen base for either team today.
And that ball is sit at second base, but collecting is Murphy, and she's able to make the play. So the St. Clair Saints not be able to score any in this half, but we'll go to the bottom half and see Humber bat 8-4 still for the Saints.
Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. Welcome to the room of people who have rooms of people that they love one day docked away. Just because we check the guns at the door doesn't mean the brains are changed.
Leading off for Humber is number 12, Aaliyah Davidson.
Sound like A to the L-I-Y.
So the top of the order up here for Humber, it's the leadoff hitter Davidson first with Murphy second and Redrup batting third. An interesting note, St. Clair stole a base in the last inning. It was Megan Lumley, her first, but St. Clair only 5 stolen bases. That was their 6th stolen base. For comparison's sake, Humber has 20, so not a team that likes to steal. So,
And that's indicated by Coach Wiseman not bunting as well. He's put confidence in his players that they're going to put the ball in play and hit green most of the time.
swing and
So
a miss by Davidson there.
certainly a baseball approach to softball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when you have great hitters that Wiseman has, then I really can't fault him for not wanting to play the small ball when you have such great hitters.
Top of the order here, Humber certainly would like to get the leadoff runner on like they did last inning. Unable to score, but they want to go right back to the well again.
Pitch is outside for a ball. Davidson showing some patience here in this at-bat. Georgie rocks, swing and a miss, strike 3. Davidson is down on strikes.
Next up for your Humber Hawks
And
is
it'll
number
be
4,
Megan Murphy now
Murphy.
trying to get on base for these Hawks and get something going.
As Murphy warms up, just an update from men's baseball in Kinsman Stadium in Oshawa. The Humber Hawks have run out to a 2-0 lead over the host Durham Lords in Game 2.
The first pitch to Murphy is a pretty good looking pitch, but able to lay off of it 1-0.
Umpire views that a little high.
Pitch. Swing on to
Deep.
right field. That's deep. It has a chance, and it's on the... And it went under the fence. The St. Clair right fielder, Pearson Sloan, converging, did not touch it after it went under the fence, and probably a heads-up, very heads-up play, actually, for them.
That was probably 4 or 5 feet away from her first home run of the season.
So Redrup steps in now. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Excuse me.
Redrup an opportunity to knock in a run here, get the Hawks closer.
Runner in scoring position for Redrup as she looks at strike 1.
Looks like Georgiou's doing the same thing she did with Red Rep last time when first and third with one out, pounding her inside.
The pitch swung on by Redrup. That's a lazy fly ball that's easily playable by the shortstop Rylet, and there's 2 down here in the 4th.
Next, number 8, Elisa Gregoris.
It'll be Elisa Gregoris, the left fielder, stepping up for Humber now. The third year's hitting .387 with 7 doubles, 24 hits, and 19 RBIs. No home runs, though. It'd be a great time for her to hit one now.
Most of her hits aren't little bleeders. Most of her hits are line shots in the gap.
That pitch, a great pitch by Georgiou that Elisa does not offer at.
Painted the outside of the plate.
That ball misses outside. Count goes even at 1.
St. Clair ran out to a big lead. Hawks brought it back to 5-4, but then a
1-1 pitch that's popped up on the infield, playable for the shortstop Rylet. She comes in and makes the catch, and St. Clair gets out of it. Humber leaves a runner on first base, and we're gonna go to the top of the 5th. 8-4 still here at Concord.
You know, technically, I'm not even really supposed to be here right now. So, yeah, might as well make the most of it. Feels good. Guess I'm lucky. Some of us don't get a second chance. But I ain't blowing this one. Nah, man. And I feel like I can do anything now. Who can catch lightning in the bottle? Set fire to water coming out the nozzle on the fire hose. Flat as water. Cinderella man, Cinderella man, Cinderella man, Cinderella man. Smash an hourglass, grab the sand, take his hands and couple, spin around the freezer clock, take the hands of time and couple. Cinderella man, Cinderella man, Cinderella man, Cinderella man. There's a storm coming that the weatherman couldn't predict. I start to bump. You better flee, cause I can't take. It's a wrap. I was down. When I was down, I was kicked. I got up. I'm back to punch it to the ground. You trick. It's a trap. My ass eater, it's in my trash. I'll be if another rapper gets in my. If I hit the gas and I spit every rap as if it's my last. You can die in a blink of an eye. So patch your eyelashes and keep winking and blowing kisses, cause you're flirting with death. I'm destroying your livelihood. I ain't just hurting your rep. I catch a
Leading off for the Saints will be number 3.
Jenna Jameson will lead it off for the St. Clair Saints here at the top of the 4th. As she looks in at manager Doug Wiseman's signs down at 3rd. And she steps into the box, and we're ready to get this inning underway. Pitch from Vandegraff, swung on first pitch, and that's going to go shortstop. Easy play, and a great throw in time to get Jameson.
That was a terrific play. The St. Clair hitter was down the line quick, so there was no time to dawdle there, pick it up and get her over, and a nice play by shortstop Patek.
So 1 out here for the 8-hitter Jenna Pierce. First pitch from Vandegraff outside, ball 1, keeps missing to that side of the plate. Vandegraff deals, swung on the short, and it's through the shortstop's glove, and she did not get in front of it, and that will cost her.
Still a base hit. Got to credit where the base hit there. That ball was hit very hard.
Yes, it was a very well hit ball, as the 9-hitter Michaela Rylet will look to advance this runner here.
The bottom of the order has really done a job for St. Clair. They've moved it to the top of the order.
That ball's chopped down the third base line, but foul.
Humber will return to Concord Regional Park on Sunday, tomorrow. Double header against the actually tied for first place Fanshawe Falcons. So Humber, no breaks, plays the 2 first place teams in back-to-back days.
The 0-1 pitch misses, or excuse me, 1-1 pitch outside, 2-1. And that game, I believe, will be available on YouTube on stream live, Hawks TV.
Weather permitting.
And that ball's a squibber right back at the pitcher. Vandegraff collects and throws, and is
Terrific play.
in time to get Rylet. What a play by the pitcher Amanda Vandegraff to get that out at second for the second out of the, or excuse me, first for the second out of this inning.
Can't stress enough, Humber Hawks moving into this weekend. After today, we'll be in a tie with the Conestoga Condors. Conestoga's got Durham for 2 tomorrow. Humber's got Fanshawe for 2 tomorrow. Humber does hold the tiebreaker, defeating
And that ball is
Conestoga.
chopped, but to the shortstop. Piddick collects, but is not in time. So now there will be runners on the corners here for St. Clair with 2 outs.
Unfortunately, Piddick went to her backhand there, but we're going to be crediting the base runner, or sorry, crediting Piddick with an error on that play. Certainly she comes up with that ball clean. The inning's over, and St. Clair has the opportunity to attack on at this point.
Yep, a routine ground ball ends up costing the Humber Hawks. And that pitch is taken by Mackenzie Noah, for a ball, so with the count 1-0.
Humber, again, committing errors at the most inopportune times in both games today.
And that pitch misses again. Outside 2-0 now.
There's a wind kicking up.
Yep.
Almost taking us out of our seats here behind home plate.
2-0 pitch on its way. Swung on. Easy play for Gillingham. She'll go to first, and the inning is over. So the Humber Hawks managing to retire this side, and will go to the bottom half of the inning, 8-4 for the St. Clair Saints.
Would you let me lead you even when you're blind? In the darkness, in the middle of the night, in the silence, when there's no one by your side, would you call in the name of love? In the name of love, name of love, in the name of love, name of love, name of If I told you we could bathe in all the lights, would you rise up? Come and meet me in the sky. Would you trust me when you're jumping from the heights? Would you fall in the name of love? When there's madness, when there's poison in your head, when the sadness leaves you broken in your bed, I will hold you in the depths of your despair. But it's all in the name of love, in the name of love.
Leading off for your Humber Hawks will be number 20, Tara Camilleri.
And it's Camilleri again leading off the inning for the Humber Hawks, as we're just about ready to get things started again. Home plate umpire dusting off the plate, and we're ready to go.
Camilleri's had a good day behind the plate and at the dish. So going back-to-back games, catching both games, tough physically on a player.
She looks at ball one, left-handed hitter, hitting .361 in her third year with the Hawks. 1-0 pitch, swung on, ground ball, playable for the second baseman Bondi, and she throws in time to get Camilleri.
Hawks starting to run out of outs here, even though it is the bottom of the fifth inning here. Hawks are starting to run out of outs, especially against a good pitcher like Giorgio.
Uchin stepping up to the plate now. She was a replacement late in the game in the first game, but now starting. 1-0 pitch on its way, and that's made contact, but foul. The count now at 1-1.
You figure there'd be the Saints ought to be wearing down at this point with 4 games, and well less than 24 hours, but they certainly have a lot of hop to their step in it with this 8-4 lead and a 15-3 first game win, and hovering around 30 hits already on the day.
And that 1-1 pitch misses outside. Count at 2-1. Rocks and deals. So that pitch nearly right at my head behind home plate here. Foul.
Nice cut by Yushin.
Yeah, and again, it's going straight back. They're not slicing left or right. So, good sign that she's just a little bit late on that ball. The pitch swung on, a pop fly on the infield, playable for the shortstop Piddick.
That's three of the last 4 outs have been soft pop flies to the shortstop.
Next up for the Hawks will be number 2, Bonnie Gillingham.
So it's the third baseman, Bonnie Gillingham, with 2 outs here, looking to get anything going for the Hawks. Their offense has been relatively stagnant since that first inning where they scored 4 runs. First pitch foul.
The crowd here is urging Gillingham on.
And the pitch in the dirt gets away from the catcher, so the count goes even at 1. And the wind again picking up here. And the pitch taken for a ball.
No rest for the Weir here. The Saints have to play again, doubleheader tomorrow. That'll be 6 games in 3 days. Sorry, 6 games in 4 days, including all that travel.
That ball misses inside.
No, check that. 6 games in 3 days, with driving up from Windsor all the way to Oshawa, Toronto, and then to Hamilton.
That'll certainly take its toll, as that pitch looked at for a strike by Gillingham. So it's a full count now for the Humber Hawks third baseman. The pitch swung on right at third base, collects and throws, and a nice defensive snag to end the inning for the St. Clair Saints. We have played 5 innings. It's 8-4 in favor of the Saints.
She was checking up on me from the game. She was sitting in my ear. You would think that she knew me. Decided to cheat. Conversation got heavy. She had me feeling like she's ready to blow. Watch out! Watch out! She say, "Come get me, come get me." So I got up and followed her to the floor. She said, "Baby, let's go." When I told her, I said, "Yeah." Try to get back, come get me. I got so proud of
Leading off for the St. Clair Saints will be number 1, Skylar Pattison.
After a very short half inning, we are back. And it'll be the 3-hitter, Skylar Pattison, leading it off for the Saints here. Looking to add to their 4-run lead here against the Hawks.
Really hasn't been a lot of action over the last 3 innings.
Yeah, it's
certainly fireworks in the first couple, but
been a very quick game as Pattison skies that one. Playable for the left fielder Gregoris as she's on and makes the catch. 1 away quickly here in St. Clair's half of the inning.
Vandegraff has come in and has been lights out for the Hawks. Kind of keeping the ball down in the strike zone and hasn't surrendered a run, although the Saints did score 8 early.
The cleanup hitter, Lumley, steps in now for the Hawks as that pitch is looked at for a ball. 1-0 count. Van de Graaff deals to Lumley, and that ball swung on. Shortstop playable and in time to get the runner at first. So 3 pitches and 2 outs for Van de Graaff. Very efficient late in this game.
A lot of things come into play tomorrow on the last day of the season. Is not only the Humber could have a hand in on their own playoff fortunes, but also could chase the fortunes of those around them, because St. Clair and Fanshawe are tied for first place. Humber playing Fanshawe tomorrow, playing for their playoff lives, and also Fanshawe is playing for a shot at first place.
First pitch was bounced in the dirt, and the second pitch is skied but foul. And it will be a very, very interesting playoff picture. Things developing down here in the stretch as the 2015-2016 OCAA women's softball fixtures coming to an end, and that pitch misses.
Women's softball provincial championships will be held, hosted by Conestoga, held in Kitchener next weekend, and Humber hosts the men's baseball championships at Connervale Park next weekend.
Looking very forward to that as that pitch misses outside.
Callum Hero will be calling the men's baseball OCAA championships next week. We look forward to hearing him.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it too. So it'll be a great weekend of baseball, that's for sure. Pitch from Van de Graaff outside, ball 4, as Lex Georgiou will take a trot down to first base.
That's the first walk surrendered by Van de Graaff. She's been a little bit around the strike zone, up and down, but certainly has brought the ball back in. Not allowing a walk to this point.
Yeah, she's been outside a bit, but again, as you said, no walks, so no harm done. Ground ball to second baseman, playable for
another
Murphy.
Great inning.
And another quick inning here at Concord, but the score still in favor of the St. Clair Saints, 8-4 over the Humber Hawks.
That's it. You put the logo up, and then that gives you a second to change the score.
Leading off for your Humber Hawks will be number 3, Caitlin Patek.
So Caitlin Patek leads it off in the bottom of the 6th here for the Humber Hawks, running out of opportunities to try and score some runs, but hopefully looking to get something started here early in this inning.
Humber with 6 outs to go here, down 4 runs. They need base runners, and they need base runners with nobody out.
As
Whole key here, Callum, is to get base runners and force the fielders to move, to make a play.
the 1-0 pitch to Pittick, lined down the line, but fair, and an easy play for Pattison at first base, and is one out very quickly here for the Hawks. Franchetto, the right fielder, stepping in for the Hawks now. Franchetto showing bunt, but pulls it back, but it's called a strike nonetheless. So maybe head coach Dwayne Bowles looking to play a little bit of small ball to get something started here early on in this 6th inning. 0-1 pitch taken for a ball. As Georgiou is pitched to Gemma. Besides that first inning, really no hiccups for her. And that ball's looked at 2-1 now, with the third baseman coming in expecting a bunt here. It'll be interesting to see if they in fact do it. Not bunting here, and that's lined into left, a base hit. That's going to go all the way to the wall and bounce, and Piddock will stop at first. It was a really fortunate bounce for the St. Clair Saints. Went right to the left fielder Lumley, and only allows.
Well, let's give credit where credit's due. That was Sarah Franchetto again roping the ball. The fence here is at 200 feet, so makes a big difference in in not allowing extra base hits. Anywhere else, that's in the gap. That's guaranteed too. So the fence coming into play for home runs and turning doubles into singles.
Davidson looking at the first pitch for a ball, 1-0 now. Dealing bunt, and that is bunted foul, but a good attempt to square up at it. It's proper form, and nowadays you don't see too many people that can execute that bunt really well.
And she was bunting for a base hit, Callum. You know what? She's moving a runner across when you're down 4, so she was trying to surprise the defense, bunt for a base hit, and get a couple runners in scoring position.
And she's pulled the third base and first baseman off, but she's rung up. Strike 3 called by the home plate umpire.
That looked pretty good.
And it's 2 outs here for the Hawks. Yeah, that was a great pitch made there by Georgiou, as she's made all afternoon, actually.
I don't think I didn't see much of a reaction from Davidson, but that pitch looked awful good.
So that is taken for a strike. That was the 103rd pitch by Alexa Georgiou here today. So getting probably very fatigued, but still hitting that strike zone as she does there, and it's now 0-2.
Georgiou would have pitched last night already and then pitching today, and potentially is on the bump tomorrow. So it's a lot of innings in a short period of time.
That's for sure. And a lot of pitches on that arm too, but that one misses outside. 1-2 now.
Throwing a softball or a fastball certainly is a little different than throwing a hard ball. You see softball pitchers extend themselves for a lot more innings.
And that ball squibbed to the shortstop, playable for
she looks good.
Rylett, and a great stretch to get the out at first. A great play by the first baseman Pattison, almost doing the splits to get that out before the runner crosses the bag.
Bang, bang play at first. Again, you got to credit Pattison for the stretch. I think that was a difference maker.
We'll go to the top of the 7. Humber Hawks looking to climb back into this one. They're trailing the St. Clair Saints 8-4.
Leading off for St. Clair is number 3, Jessica Jameson.
And leading off the top of the 7th is Jessica Jameson, the third baseman for the St. Clair Saints. And she'll be followed by Jenna Pierce and Michelle Rylett, the bottom 3 in the St. Clair Saints lineup here. Score still 8-4. All the scoring coming very early on in the game. And it's been a very quick game at that, too.
Still waiting on an update from the men's baseball out in Oshawa. After 2, it was 2-0 the Humber Hawks, but certainly they have to be in about the 5th or 6th inning at this point. So
1-0 pitch, Jameson showing bunt, but pulls it back, so 2-0 now, as she's taking an extended period of time to take the signs down at third base, so definitely expecting a bunt here. 2-0, not bunting, and it's swung on and foul tipped into the catcher's glove.
I'm surprised. This young lady certainly can fly, and anything she gets on the ground, even a ground ball in the infield, she's got an opportunity to beat it out. There it is.
And another bunt attempt that fails to connect. So the count at 2 strikes, 2 balls.
The sunshine we had is kind of gone by the wayside. It's cooled off quite considerably here as the
Yep.
day moves on.
Some cloud cover moving in from the north of us too, so
We
it doesn't look like it will rain, but even if it does, we should be able to get this game done before the rain comes. And ball 4.
Lead off batter on again.
Yeah, Jameson will trot down to first.
Just an update for tomorrow, folks. Should the weather right now looks questionable with regards to potential rain coming into the area. Should the rain excuse me, should the rain appear tomorrow, we potentially will not be live streaming this game, but we'll make all efforts to do so everyone can check out the Humber Hawks in their final regular season home game, and hopefully a successful day tomorrow on a trip to the playoffs.
Yep, again, it's going to go right down to the wire. A lot of the outcomes of tomorrow's games will determine what the playoff picture will look like. As it's Jenna Pierce stepping in, showing bunt, gets it down, play by DeGraff, throw to first, gets the runner, and the look over to second, but nothing doing, so a perfectly executed bunt to move Jameson over by the 8-hitter Pierce.
And a nice play by the pitcher Van de Graaf to field her position.
So it's the shortstop Rylett. He's had a pretty good game defensively
She's been solid.
as she looks at the first pitch for a ball. Michaela batting .420 on the season in 16 games as she shows bunt, gets one down. Gillingham throw to first, and it's off, and 1 run is in, and the runner will end up at second. Rylett ends up at second, and it'll be an error
on Gillingham.
Yep, a throwing error on Gillingham. She fielded it pretty cleanly and had to hurry the throw, just couldn't get it on the money.
Again, folks, she makes a good throw there. The runner's out. So not only is the error, St. Clair, another runner in scoring position, extend their lead, tack on now 9-4.
Yep, errors costing the Hawks here in both of these games, and it's something that they'll want to address by the time, if they make the postseason, something that they'll want to address.
Well, I think they're going to have to address it as soon as after this game, because tomorrow the season potentially is on the line.
Yes. And time called by the batter, Bondi, as the lineup turns over again here. Van de Graaf rocks and deals, and that one's hit on the ground to second baseman Murphy. She'll throw on to first and get the out, but the runner advances to third for Mackenzie Noah.
Next, number 2, Mackenzie Noah.
Murphy's been as solid as anybody in the league playing second base. Even if she knocks the ball down, she's got the wherewithal to pick up the ball and make the play.
And that first pitch chopped down the left field line, but foul.
Hawks 3 outs away, but they still have to get out of this inning with a runner on third base.
So Noah, the catcher, hitting .354 with 12 RBIs this season in 16 games.
We have an update from men's baseball. Humber Hawks leading 3-0 and going on, and have a rally going in the top of the 4th against Durham and in Oshawa in the Lord's home park.
Pitch bounced in the dirt, but a good defensive play by Camilleri to block that pitch and make sure that runner doesn't come in from third as that ball is looked at.
Hawks need to cut off this run here. They can't allow St. Clair another opportunity to score here.
Yep, having to come back in the bottom half of this inning. It's do or die once they can get through this. 9-4 the score in case you've missed it.
2 outs here, so certainly an opportunity to cut the damage here.
The pitch from Van de Graaf popped up, and it's caught behind the backstop by the catcher, Camilleri. The second time that she's had to make a play behind the backstop today. And Humber will have its last shot at redemption. They're trailing 9-4 going into the bottom half of the 7th inning here at Concord.
With the Brooklyn boys, so for one last time, I need y'all to roll. Now, one thing, if you lay it down, there should be no more. So for one last time, make some noise. You know fresher than cold, riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lurking at. Can't none of y'all mirror me back. You hear me rap, it's like hearing G rap in his prime. Young H.O., raps breaking dead. Back to take over the globe, now break bread. I'm in Boeing Jets, Global Express. Out the country, but the blueberries still connect. On the low, but the yacht got a triple deck. But when you young, what you expect? Yep. Grand opening, grand closing. Just hands hold, crack the can open again. Who you gonna find open in hand with no pen? Just draw inspiration. Who you gonna see you can't replace him with cheap imitations for this generation? Look what I made for you. Knew if I paid my dues, how will they pay you? When you first come in the game, they try to play you. Then you drive a couple of hits, look how they wait you.
Leading off for your Humber Hawks will be number 17, Hillary Redrup.
So we'll go to the bottom of the 7th here at Concord. Hillary Redrup leading it off for the Humber Hawks. It'll be Gregoris and Camilleri, the heart of this Humber Hawks lineup, 3, 4, and 5 hitters. So hoping to get something started here, and it's a new pitcher for the St. Clair Saints as well. Allie Telfer comes in to close out this game. She rocks and deals, and the first pitch is a strike. 0-1 quickly here to Redrup.
Telford comes in, but it is not a save situation for
that is
Telford.
true. That is true, yeah.
5-run lead here in the 7th.
That pitch misses outside. 1-1 now. Telford deals. Swung on, but ground ball on the wrong side of the left field line. Foul.
The Hawks coach, Dwayne Bowles, had to do a two-step there to get away from that. Came pretty close to knocking him over. Oh, we got an update here, folks. The Humber Hawks remain undefeated in men's soccer, defeating Sheridan Bruins 3-0 today.
And congratulations to them as Redrup swinging and missing at that pitch, strike 3. Another strikeout for her, and there's one down here in the bottom of the 7th.
Next up, number 8, Elisa.
High risk, high reward for Hillary Redrup. Has the ability to hit the ball at the park every at bat, but with opportunities like that come strikeouts, and they haven't been her friend today.
And the first pitch to Gregoris is a strike, and Telfer just pounding that strike zone early on so far here. Pitch from Telfer outside, and again another even count.
Good eye by Gregoris on that pitch. It was a little high, a little outside.
And another pitch missing outside at 2-1 now.
Virtually the exact same spot. So looks like Telford's trying to get away from Gregoris' ability to pull the ball.
And the pitch swung on, and that's going to drop into center field for a base hit. Gregoris rounding first and going for second, and she'll make it in there. She catches the St. Clair defense, the center fielder Sloan napping, and she's able to turn a single into a double.
Looks like we have a pinch runner for Gregoris. Coach Bowles looking to opt for some speed here to ensure.
And it'll be it'll be Kate Koschuk, the first year coming into pinch run. So a little more speed there for Coach Dwayne. First pitch of the at-bat to the catcher, Tara Camilleri, misses outside.
Again,
it's 1-0.
In softball, you have the ability to re-enter the game. So should the Hawks come and score a bushel full of runs with one out here, Gregor's could re-enter the game.
Swing and a miss on a very nice pitch there by Telfer.
Little change up there, it drops in.
Rocks and deals. That ball in the dirt, but a good play by the catcher Noah to make sure that doesn't roll the backstop, and Humber getting a runner over at third. Has to stay at second on that one. The pitch outside.
Looks like Telfer's trying to live outside there, but from our angle here, it's definitely been ball 1, ball 2, ball 3 on the outside.
3-0 count. Has the green light here, and that's swung on. Playable to the first baseman right at it. And Pattison gets the second out of the inning. The runner goes to third. And the Humber Hawks down to their last out.
Batting next for the Hawks is number 14, Jacqueline Uchin.
So Uchin already had a hit today. Looks to add another one to her season total and drive in that run. And that is a great play by the shortstop Rylet to end the game. And St. Clair takes both games of this doubleheader and sweeps the season series against the Humber Hawks.
As we go the game here, the Hawks fall to 12-10 in the season. They have 2 games left to play. That is here tomorrow at Concord Regional Park at 1-3 against Fanshawe. Currently now they drop into a tie with the Conestoga Condors for that final playoff spot. Humber does hold the tiebreaker, so Humber has their future in their own hands. They sweep tomorrow, they're in. They win one, they have to hope for Conestoga to do the same. So Humber is in a position here, holding their own destiny in their own hands tomorrow. I'd like to thank Callan for joining us on the broadcast, and you take us home, Callan.
Well, it's always a pleasure. So the final score from Game 2 of our doubleheader, the St. Clair Saints 9, the Humber Hawks 4. And join us tomorrow. We'll be right back at it here at Concord for another game of Humber Hawks softball on Hawks TV. Thanks for joining us.